Two, three. Yo, Sister with Nick here for another video, and today I'm going to be playing more Humanity Must Perish. Anyway, I'm going to be doing more of this series today. I hope you guys like it. Even if you don't, I'm still going to make videos on it because I do enjoy the series so far. Let me fix this real quick. There we go. I don't know why my hand is showing up. I thought I set it up so it wouldn't do that. But anyway, that's gonna have the video, shall we? Based purely on what you've learned today, what do you think of mankind? What behavior have you observed? Was there anything that defied your expectations? That's what I'm most interested in. Even more so than your final judgment. So, you wish to hear my own biased conclusions on humanity as a whole, deprived from a single day coexisting with a few interactions with a limited subset of humans, all from specific sections of a single society. Yeah, more or less. Ridiculous. How can you even call yourself a scientist? Based on my own observations, two in three men are perverts. 100% of young girls soil themselves on a daily basis. Dogs have infinite bladders. Video games teach children the value of money, also. I hesitated to continue. I already know the professor would react to my next statement, and without a doubt his response would serve to further delay my judgment. Nevertheless, I continued. When reaching a conclusion, efficiency is not the only important aspect to consider in some cases. Furthermore, criminals aren't guaranteed to be reoffended and shouldn't necessarily be killed to ensure the safety of others. Finally, all humans aren't all hopeless and ignorant, even if the majority of them are useless sacks of meat. I'm gonna start using that as an insult. Worthless, useless sacks of meat. I'm adding that to my vocabulary. There are still some who can be reasoned with, and the capability change and God, stupid stuttering, and are capable of changing their minds. Dot dot dot. Q, my dear, you really... I do not wish to hear it, old man. Your insistent blathering has already wasted enough time. If you wish to weep, do so after I pass judgment. Yes, you are right. This is not the time to get emotional. Damn notifications! I clicked them off, guys, I swear. I'm sorry if notifications keep popping up. But I swear I clicked notifications off. This is really annoying. Ugh. The professor, on the verge of tears, after learning my conclusion, wiped his eyes and nose as he steered his emotions. Alright, I am satisfied. Please, Q, bestow me upon your final judgment. As you command. What time is it? Okay, there we go. Is this the ending? Are you for real? Well, hold on. Let's save this. In accordance with my alternate directive, and in a light of the data presented to and gathered by me personally, my conclusion is as follows. Humanity must perish, or humanity still has hope. Well, every episode I've been talking about how I've been talking about the game and humanity must perish. So I must choose humanity must perish. Why wouldn't I? Humanity must perish. There is no other way to ensure this planet's survival. The professor who was elected to the point of tears moments ago suddenly froze. This will be the screenshot for today. His expression darkened as he processed my words. The answer that he feared most had been repeated one last time, finally sealing the fate of humanity. I understand. I will not argue anymore. Goddamn notifications! Hold on, guys. There we go. I will not argue anymore. I will make preparations immediately to expedite the next stage of your directive. True to his words, the professor began to walk into the next room in the search of the potent poison he had shown to me just one day prior. How pitiful. It was foolish of me to think that experiencing human society would make any kind of difference. It did make a difference, Professor. It did. Yes, my experience today taught me many things. Humans enjoy themselves without any regard for the bigger picture. They completely ignore the state of the world as long as their personality are not directly impacted. Irresponsible enslavement, undirected rebellion, rapid throwaway consumerism, unproductive sexual advancements, baseless ego-stroking. As long as humans are free to indulge themselves in their poison of choice, they do not care about anyone or anything else around them. My experience today has reconfirmed my belief that humans act only in self-interest and are not fit to govern this planet. Mankind must either be enslaved or wiped out. That is my final judgment. For a brief moment, the professor smiled. Hearing that my day spent in human society made a difference. Joy returned to his wrinkled old face, and he dared to hope one last time. But as I spoke further and continued to elaborate on my findings, he at last accepted the inevitable. Humanity must perish. Okay, that's obviously the bad end. So let me reload. Wait, can I not click? Oh, I hope this is quick because I can't click on the gear. Anyway. Yeah, let's continue. Through the contamination of water and air and food, humanity met with a quick, painless demise. Without even knowing what hit them, the affected humans greeted death in an instant, causing the world's population to plummet rapidly. Within 1 week, Earth's population dropped from over 10 billion to an estimate 1,000. Those who remained had hidden themselves in shelters, surviving off canned food and bottled water, and breathing only filtered air. The strategy prolonged the inevitable. The humans in question were able to survive for weeks, some even months. But as time continued to march on, I need only wait. In less than 1 year, the number of human beings alive on Earth had reached to 0. I confirmed this many times over spending years scanning the entire globe for traces of human DNA. And after hundreds of years of searching, during which time I did not find a single human being, I was at last confident in my success. Mankind had become extinct. In the centuries since the passing of mankind, Earth gradually began to recover. Animals that were overbred for the sake of consumption, such as cattle and poultry, steadily declined in numbers, restoring their respective populations to more natural levels. Many household pets roamed the streets, feasting on their former masters. They gradually settled in to their new cities or escaped into the wild. Plants and trees that were either harvested or eradicated by humans were able to flourish once more. Previously demonic forests sprang back to life, filled with native animals that mankind had hunted to near extinction. Aside from the occasional incident involving remnants of human technology, such as electrical fires caused by machines left running, the eradication of mankind resulted in surprisingly few complications. I purposely took care to manage anything particular problematic, such as nuclear reactors left running. And with a bit of time and effort, humanity's departure finally settled in. After the first millennium without mankind, all of my objectives were complete. Earth, from its landscape to its atmosphere, had been restored to an acceptable, substantial level. The remaining life forms lived as their instincts dictated. They hunted one another, marked their territory, and continued to live very simple, predictable lives. Pollution and fossil fuels emission had stopped completely. Methane as a byproduct of fuel production became a thing of the past. Precious minerals remained in the ground, and even the pH levels of the ocean gradually returned to normal. Without mankind and its other inhabitants finally had a chance at a long-term survival. With my usefulness reached its end, I finally prepared to power myself down. My directive had been completed a long time ago. My purpose has been fulfilled, and I did not possess the means to give myself a new goal. If the planet did not require my intervention, and no further threats to the natural order existence, then I no longer had a reason to exist. I sat myself down against what was once the wall of the laboratory in which I was created, and then I initialized my hyperkinetic sequence. Leaving only my basic sensors intact. My body and mind would go to sleep, if not permanently, then for many centuries. I would remain dormant, watching, listening, and waiting for the day I might serve a purpose once more. Okay, that's what time is it? So, okay, I will do the last thing. Humanity still has hope. Humanity is not completely beyond redemption. If we are able to educate the masses, and bring about the meaningful widespread change to an unexpected manner, mankind may yet to be saved. ... Q, do you really mean? The professor stared at me in disbelief. After being told repeatedly for so many years that humanity needed to either perish or be controlled, a new answer has finally been presented to him, and this time I was not deceiving him. Do not misunderstand me. This will be very difficult, lengthy process, and I can by no means guarantee its success. However, the groundwork is there, and I believe that with enough time, money, and education, humanity can be put on the right path. Yes, of course, I completely understand. Whatever you need in order to make it happen, just say the word. Calm yourself. You have little to do with the world's reformation. Or perhaps it would be more accurate to say you've already done your part. I place my hand on my chest directly above the small-scale cold fusion reactor, powering my body. First, we will build a much bigger, more powerful cold fusion reactor. We will flood the planet with free, clean energy and finally bring about the demise of fossil fuels. Next, we'll focus on supporting current efforts to create synthetic meat products and bring them to the market as soon as possible. Humans will not give up their favorite foods without a fight, but if we can provide them with a cheaper, healthier alternative that looks and tastes like the same thing, they cannot complain. After all, we will focus on biodegradable products that can be disposed of safely, and we will name and shame those who still dare to illegally dump or dispose of hazardous materials in a dangerous manner. Then we will oh boy, lots of reading. I do say that this ending is a lot better than humanity perishing. So what, should I just title this video "Humanity Must Not Perish"? Although this game is very interesting. I like a lot of the plots that are in it. That it brings a really deep level of understanding, because humans as a whole are very interesting creatures. We do destroy a lot of our land, and if we don't change, we may end up in a future like this, where we may be hurting the environment so much that we may not be able to live here anymore, because we've polluted everything. Anyway, enough philosophical rambling. I'm gonna press continue and read some more. We're back at the anime place. As the professor and I set into the motions of our plan for reforming mankind, we began to walk down a long, difficult path. As at the very beginning, nobody will take us seriously. They didn't believe for a moment that cold fusion was even possible, let alone feasible, and our efforts to become involved with other ambitious projects all ended in rejection. But after many failed attempts and countless rejections, we were at last granted an opportunity to prove that we could make a difference. We were awarded a small grant by MFCH, the Mark Foundation for Sustainable Future. It was not enough to bring about the revolution we had hoped for. In truth, it paled in comparison to the amount amount spent on creating me, let alone my predecessors. But it was a start. With the Mark Fusion Foundation financing, we were able to build a small-scale cold fusion reactor. It was not big enough as we planned. In fact, the end product was barely twice the size of the reactor in my chest. Even so, it was enough to make waves in the scientific community. We caught the attention of every skeptic on the planet in one fell swoop. We showed the world that the technology they used, the technology they considered unfeasible, was not only possible, but had been brought to life by an old man in a robot dress in a school uniform. Media coverage erupted. People who didn't know or care about clean energy in the slightest suddenly started paying attention, lured in by the notion of free energy for everyone. The professor quickly gained the prestige and respect he deserved. The world started to take us seriously, called the professor a man who could turn the impossible into reality. The first stage of our grand plan had been a resounding success. Oh, hold on. I get to talk to these people again. Hey, girl-chan, over here. Sheesh, you're always late when I need you. I quickly walked over to my DQ buddy as I swatted her in the middle of the crowd. My apologies, I was in a meeting with Mr. Musk regarding a new product we've been working on. You said that last time. Honestly, I'm beginning to think that you're not taking this competition seriously. Hold on, I could do that too. I take every competition seriously, especially those involving prizes in the form of monetary compensation. Science is not cheap. Then get your game face on, let's go! The other girls are already in the changing room. If we don't hurry, they'll start without us. Understood. Let's change clothes with the speed and precision. Oh, hold on. Hold on. This is going to be the thing for the video. After changing into our stage outfits, my DQ buddy and I revealed ourselves to the crowd outside the store. Hold on. Ah! I knew it! I spy a magical girl. Psst, magical girls are a dime a dozen. Check out that robotic devil queen. How originality. Now that's originality. Yeah, right. You're just perving on that poor girl. A sleaze like you could never understand the elegance and innocence of a magical girl. The hell did you say? Now, there's no reason to fight you two. I am the magical girl of peace and love. In my presence, even the most hated of enemies become good friends. All I need is you to cast a magical spell on you two, and all of your anger will fly away. Yes, please cast your magic on me. I guess I could tolerate that. Yay, Mary-chan loves guys who are honest with their feelings. Stand still, I cast my spell, okay? Yes! Mary-chan twirled around, waving her wand, all while reciting a spell from the anime character she was imitating. And love! There, don't you feel better now? I do. I feel better than I have ever felt before. That's great. And what about you? Do you feel like fighting anymore? No, ma'am. Are you filled with peace and love? Yes, I'm filled with peace and love. Oh, perfect. The spell works splendidly. The two of you are now complete gentlemen. The two young men smiled and blushed as they looked away from Miri-chan. I am? You think so? Of course, it takes real gentlemen to accept peace and love in their hearts. I hate doing this voice. Now all of you need to do is kiss, and the two of you will be back on the right path. ... Kiss? You mean... kiss you? Ahaha. Aha! What are you talking about? Don't be silly. I mean, you need to kiss each other. That's a bit... Aren't you filled with peace and love? I am, but... this wasn't in the anime. I said kiss, damn it. God, what the... What are my parents gonna be thinking when they hear me sing about this in my room? I'll deal with that later. I quickly grabbed a hold of my friend before she could get herself in trouble again. I dragged her aside and gave her a tissue to clean her nosebleed, and cooled my hands and placed it on her forehead. Oh boy, this is a lot of reading. Thanks, Oji-chan. I got a little worried. I got a little worked up there. It's just that whenever I see two hot guys standing close to one another, I want to grab them by the shoulders and push their faces together until they... Calm down. Gah. I further lowered the temperature of my hand and ran it down the excited girl's face and neck. You need to be more careful. You were already warned at the last show about forcing audience members to kiss. You'll never win the prize money if you keep getting kicked out of the competition, Sasha. Don't call me that. Don't call me that at this moment, Jiro-chan, and Sasha don't exist. As long as we're in costume, we're Oji-chan and Miri-chan, got it? My name is Q. Your name is Oji-chan. Now get into character and strut your stuff. On point once more, Miri-chan returned to her adoring fans, and with a fresh smile and renewed vigor. I'm gonna need some water after I'm done reading all of this. God. They all began to call out her stage name and fawn over her, easily making her into the crowd favorite. The money from the competition may not be sufficient, but if I had to judge whether or not this experience was worthwhile, I would not hesitate to give it my approval. Every day I learn new things about this world, things that no amount of raw data alone could teach me. And when I'm not learning more about human society, I am working alongside my creator, striving to build a sustainable future for all Earth's inhabitants. For a robot like me, who is prepared to slaughter every last human being on Earth, being able to live in peace like this is more than what I could ever hope for. The truth is, when I look at the world as it is now, I think about the truth that I am helping to create. I look forward to seeing what lies in store for us. Even if there are setbacks, we will not surrender without a fight. If there is one thing I have learned about human beings, is that they continue to push forward, even if the odds are stacked against them. When I work alongside such hopeless, optimistic creatures, I can say with certainty that my choice was the correct one. This may not be the easiest or most efficient path, but even so, I am glad I did not give up on humanity so easily. So much to read! Oh, I didn't get to talk to, Senpai. Guys, I hope that you guys like this series. It's, one of the series that I really got into, and voicing the characters, even though some of the characters may not be very consistent and their voices may sound different. I had a really fun time doing this series. I hoped you liked it as much as I did, and if you really like the series, I'd appreciate if you give this video a like and give me your feedback in the comments down below. Anyway, I really hoped you liked this video, and I guess humanity must not perish. Anyway, I hoped you liked this video, and I'll be doing more Let's Plays in the future of different stuff. Anyway, guys, I probably said it 3 times that I hoped you liked this video, but I'm gonna end it here, guys, and I appreciate you for watching. Peace.